Ryan CHERKI, I was wrong. I was wrong. And I'm okay admitting that. And honestly, I should know better. I'm a Flair Donny, and I doubted this signing. I doubted it because, not just because I didn't know how Pep would use him, I actually doubted it because every time I saw CHERKI play, I was a bit underwhelmed because I didn't see him before I heard about him. I heard about Ryan CHERKI and people being like, oh my God, this guy's sick. And that's one point I was like, he's okay, he's not that good. And then even when he played against Man United for Lyon last year, I was like, yeah, he got a goal, but he didn't really have a massive impact in the game. And when Pep signed him for City, I don't think Pep actually signed him. I think the City board signed him because, look, Lyon have had financial troubles and it was an opportunity to get someone of a high quality at a low price. And I was like, Pep usually doesn't like these Donnies. He doesn't let people just do what they want on the pitch. And you saw that because he didn't play a lot in the first part of the season. What's happened is Pep's had to think of doing something different because nothing's been working throughout the whole season. They've been crap. For the first half of the season, they were crap. And Pep was thinking, I have to try something. I have to do something. And he just had CHERKI waiting in the wings a little bit. And then he was like, you know what, man? What have I got to lose? Bro, go ball out. See what you can do. And it's worked. He's finally found a formula that works for this specific City team. And CHERKI is at the heart of it. The goal that he scored yesterday, actually, you know what? Let's take it back. So we're going to talk about the biggest game of the weekend, okay? Man City versus Arsenal. And before this game, I actually did a video saying that even if Arsenal lose, it's still theirs to lose. And they're still in that position now. If Arsenal win all of their remaining games and City win all of their remaining games, it is going to come down to goal difference. And Arsenal technically have one more goal right now. So it is equally in both of their hands right now. However, momentum does play a part in football. And the momentum is with City. So people are now making City favourites. But if you actually look at the numbers on the board, who's number one? Arsenal. They have the most points. They have a one better goal difference. In my eyes, if you look logically, if you look back, take a step back, Arsenal are in pole position right now, still. However, the feeling is that City are on this run. Arsenal have only, won one of the last 6. That's where this feeling is coming from, that now City are favourites. However, it's not done till it's done. And honestly, this City team haven't been perfect. Like I've said, the first half of the season wasn't great. They've now found a formula, but they still have faults to them. Like, this is not a faultless Man City team. And I just feel as though, like, if Arsenal play the way they did, because honestly, I was expecting this to be attack versus defence. Arsenal surprised me. And let's get into the game, man. Let's get into the game. So I thought Arsenal were very high press. And even with the team selection, I thought I was really surprised to see Odegaard and Eze there. I was like, that's brave. And fair play to Arteta. I hate the guy, but fair play. And they went for it. Very on the front foot. You know, they were causing Man City some issues. But then a moment of magic from Ryan CHERKI in the box, just like slipping and sliding. Honestly, that is... And I was like, yeah, I'm wrong. I was wrong about CHERKI. Incredible composure. And you know what it is? He's not doing it with, like... It doesn't look like he's being really quick and things. Like... It's like he has time on the ball, and that is the hallmark of an amazing player. Someone who looks like it comes effortlessly, and that he has more time than others on the ball. He looked like he was in slow-mo, gliding through the players, and then just puts it in the bottom corner. And then, moment of madness, literally a minute later, whatever it was, Donnaruma's got 2 flaws to his game. He's an excellent shot stopper. First flaw is commanding of his area. For someone that big, got a crap command of his area. He's crap at coming out and claiming crosses. And the second one is with his feet. And everyone said this, like, why is Pep signing this guy? He's not great with his feet. And you saw that yesterday. Because that first touch, when Nunes puts that throw in, the first touch was shocking, especially with Kai Havertz, who, fair play to him, hustled and got that goal. And then I was thinking, oh crap, like this is a game now. And that should have given Arsenal the impetus to go ahead and really take this game to City, but it didn't. And I think the second half, City took control. And then Haaland, who was battling with Gabriel throughout the whole game, like a wrestling match, held off Gabriel and buried it in the bottom corner. And honestly, it was what was deserved. I think City deserved the win. And what I will say though, this is one of the first top table clashes I've seen in a while where it actually was entertaining. Generally, a lot of these games can be edgy or crap or whatnot. They were going for it, man. Arsenal were like, we need to win, and fair play, because I've not seen this attitude. Where was this attitude for the last 5 weeks? If Arsenal played like this for the last 5 weeks against the lesser teams, they might have wrapped up the title by now. Genuinely. And they might still be in the FA Cup. It was mad to see, because I actually feel like some of the better players from Arsenal who have done really well in the last few weeks, such as Declan Rice, I don't think he had a great game. But I think that might have been because on the other side, this was the Rodri of old. Rodri took control of this game. I know he came off with a groin strain, and hopefully it's not too bad. I've not seen this level of Rodri since before his injury. He was imperious. Like, even the ball that he played to Semenyo, who... It's funny how the players who have been doing really well for both sides recently had off days. So like I said, for Arsenal, Rice, for City, Donnarumma and Semenyo. Donnarumma and Semenyo had off days yesterday, but the rest of the team carried them through. Like, Rodri played this clip ball through to Semenyo. I was like, that's such a great pass. Semenyo, any other day, controls it and gets a shot off. He's one-on-one with the keeper, but his first touch was shocking. But let's get through like the City players, man, because there was some standout performances. I think, like I said, Donnarumma had a crap game. The back four, solid. Nunes, solid. He's really developed into a really good right back now, and I find it mad that Pep manages to do this with certain players, but I think it takes a certain player to absorb and really just take away their ego and be like, all right, cool, this is what I'm going to be doing now. So fair play to Nunes. O'Reilly, I don't need to say anything more. That guy, I was wrong on him as well, to be honest. I was like, yeah, he seems all right. This guy's fucking amazing. And I said Lewis Hall starting for England, left back. I think Riley is edging it right now for the World Cup. And the centre-back partnership, Kusnov and Gueye, they're literally not even technically their first choice, right? Like, you probably put Diaz, Stones ahead of them. But this has become a really good partnership. Kusnov has improved leaps and bounds from this first game where I remember he got killed, like, was it last year? And Gueye, we all know Gueye was going to be amazing, but the way he's actually fitted into this team quite quickly is kind of scary. That back four is solid, genuinely. Has pace, has power, has leadership, communication, and has tech on the ball. Honestly, a great back four. And a young back four as well, in the main. Now, it was the centre mids, though, that really caught the attention here. Like I said, Rodri already, amazing in this game. But Bernardo Silva, I don't know, this guy... For the last 4 years, it feels like he's trying to leave City. And then he always goes through a patch in the season in the last few years where he doesn't play that well and everyone's like, oh my God, he's passed it, his legs have gone, blah, blah, blah. But then he goes on like this 3-month stretch every year where he looks like the old Bernardo, like the prime Bernardo. And I love Bernardo Silva. As a United fan, it pains me to like Man City players, but I love Bernardo Silva. He's one of my favourite City players of all time. He's class, man. And yesterday he showed his class. In high pressure situations, this is the guy that turns up. And then you had CHERKI, I don't need to say anything more, I've already said. Incredible performance, incredible goal. You had Doku, who, like, he played very well. And one thing I want to say about Doku, and I've said this before, people always just rate on stats nowadays. What Doku does is something that stats don't really measure, which is he takes players out of their position because they have to double up on him to stop him, which then frees up other players and makes space for them. Doku is incredibly jinky on the ball. Like, his agility is amazing, his acceleration is amazing. I don't even know if he knows what he's going to do, but no one knows what he's going to do. But what that means is he can go past the player and then another player gets dragged out of position, and then you leave another one like Haaland free, for instance. And he's not going to get loads of assists and loads of goals. But he is so important right now for this team, I believe. And he's playing really, really well. Semenyo had an off game. It's fine because he got carried by the rest of the team. He's been carrying City for a few games, so fair play. And Haaland, I thought, look, he's not, like I said, when Semenyo joined, Semenyo's taken up positions that Haaland would ordinarily take up, and that's why Haaland's goals have dried up. But I think Haaland's now accepted that he can do other things in this team, which is kind of like Doku, but he's occupying the centre-backs. And this is the greatest centre-back partnership in the world. He occupied both of them really well. And his matchup with Gabriel was amazing. He didn't react when Gabriel got all up in his face. Fair play. And yeah, Haaland again, I actually loved him before he went to City. Annoyed that he went to City, but fair play. I think he's quality. I think he's really, really good. I know he's not done as well as his expectations this year, but yeah, fair play. And then I want to get onto the Arsenal team. because David Raya, played all right, seemed a bit shaky at times, but he brings that stability to that team. And you saw it today compared to the Carabao Cup final, right? Now, Saliba and Gabriel, I think at the start of the season, Gabriel was getting rated higher than Saliba, and I think that was fair. But what's happened is Saliba's demeanour is a little bit more subdued. And I think that takes away from his talent sometimes, because he's not going to gas himself up. Whereas Gabriel, I think, is the kind of guy that believes his own hype. And that got the better of him yesterday. Like, you know when people say Bruno's petty? Bro, Gabriel is worse than Bruno. I don't care what anyone says. Like, he's like, and like goes down like a bag of spuds. But he should have been sent off. I don't know what Gary Neville's smoking. Gary Neville annoys me. That's a different video I need to do. But he should have been sent off for getting all up in Haaland's face. If Haaland went down, which fair play he didn't, I think Gabriel's sent off straight away. And then you had Mosquera and Hincapi. Look, Mosquera grew into the game, I thought. Hincapi did all right. Well, he did a lot better than he did in the Carabao Cup final against Semenyo. So he learned from that, which is fair play to him. Like I said, Rice and Zubimendi, I've never been a fan of Zubimendi, but Rice just couldn't get into this game. He didn't control this game. And I think the emotions and the occasion slightly got the better of him, if I'm being honest. Then you had Madueke, who didn't do much. He didn't do much, let's be real. But what are you expecting, man? Odegaard is not an Arsenal captain for me. He's just not. He shouldn't be a captain for any club. Forget about Arsenal captain. And then you had Eze, who he was Arsenal's best player, I thought, in terms of attacking. He hit the post with an incredible little shimmy, and he's the only player in this team that I feel like can do that. And then you had Kai Havertz, who, look, you signed Kai Havertz as a midfielder, but you transformed him into a number 9. Fair play for the goal he scored, but I don't know what he's good at, really. He had a chance when, I'll be honest, people might be saying it's a chance he should have scored it. I don't think he should have, when Odegaard slipped him through. I think Odegaard's pass was too wide, and Donnarumma made a good save from that, but I feel as though that was harder for him to score, to be honest with you, just because the ball was crap from Odegaard, which is surprising. But that chance at the end when Trossard crossed it in, he had all the time in the world to get that header on target, and Havertz can head, and it went over. And to be honest, I think if it was on target, I think Donnarumma had it covered anyway. But he had the whole goal to aim at, and he puts it right above Donnarumma. And then obviously you had Gyökeres come on, who I think is dog. He's dog. I just think that Arsenal played this game in the right way. Pep got the better of Arteta. Arteta didn't lose his head as I thought he would. I still think there's more to come, because City have not been perfect. And Arsenal fans have to remember, they are still number 1. And this is still in their hands as much as it is City's. It's literally 50-50. There's no swing either way. This is 50-50. Now, what is your team made of? What is your team made of? As a Man United fan, I want City to win, which is crazy. Just because I hate the Arsenal fan base, and I grew up hating Arsenal as a United fan. But honestly, it was, a great spectacle. A great game for Premier League football in totality. And then look, I want to focus quickly on Man United Chelsea, because I'm a Man United fan. So we went to Stamford Bridge, which we have a crap record at Stamford Bridge. And honestly, I feel as though we got lucky in this game. We got the win, which is great. Bruno got another assist. He's getting closer to that target of 21 to break the record. He's on 18 now. But we did get lucky. Sesko, for me, has not been performing recently. And you know what it is? The thing that we used to beat Højlund for not being able to hold up the ball, he's not doing it. The ball comes into him, it bounces off him, or he's just struggling. Like, my guy is bare tall, and his frame is big enough to hold people off, and, you know, I don't know, man. And my thing is as well, look, we had Ahmad on the bench. I thought it was the wrong starting lineup, because I've said this before, since Carrick's come in, he's realised, one thing that we've realised is Cunha and Sesko have done very well off the bench, both of them. So in my opinion, you should always have one of them on the bench, because Mbeumo and Ahmad have never done anything really off the bench. I know that's like not a really good argument to go with, but it just makes sense in my head. Like, if you need to differentiate, at least you know you've got one on the bench. We start with Cunha, Sesko and Mbeumo. I would have started Cunha on the bench, because I know he scored. There's something with Cunha that annoys me, and it's that hero ball stuff. He thinks he's at Wolves, where he thinks everything has to go through him, and that annoys me about it. Like, he tries to do everything himself. I'm like, bro, chill out, man. You got other decent players in this team. But I thought Casemiro played really well. I thought Kobbie Mainoo was bloody outstanding. Absolutely outstanding in this game. And another one is our back four, because this was a makeshift back four. We had Aiden Heaven and Mazraoui. When I saw the lineup, I thought it'd be Luke Shaw and Aiden Heaven in the middle, and Mazraoui and Dalot as fullbacks. but it was actually Luke Shaw as left back, and then Heaven and Mazraoui in the middle, and right back Dallo. And Mazraoui played very well, but Heaven played, for saying he's not even played much recently, stepped in, amazing performance. And Chelsea just didn't turn up, man. Like, they just seem like a bit of a spoiled kids kind of vibe. And ironically, for the goal that we scored, Garnacho came on the pitch for Esteval. I really like Esteval. Esteval looks like he got injured. And for the goal that we scored, Garnacho, I feel like Garnacho at United would have tackled Bruno. I don't know what it is. Low-key, I was like, is he double agenting for us? He let Bruno go past him a bit too easy for me, and then put it in. And Cunha with a really good finish. But look, I'm happy we won. I think this almost cements our Champions League qualification for next year. I mean, mathematically doesn't, but I feel like we're there now. And yeah, I think Chelsea have got heat on them, man, because Aston Villa won. Liverpool won the Merseyside derby at Everton. Like, the other teams all won. So yeah, Chelsea, I don't know, man. I feel like Rosinia, I don't know how to say that. I think he'll leave in the summer. As a weird appointment. Tottenham drew at home to Brighton. Does that mean they're over because Notts Forest won as well? Yeah, man, honestly, I feel as though things are shaping up weirdly now. We had Newcastle lose at home to Bournemouth, and Newcastle play Arsenal next. And Newcastle generally play well against bigger teams, so they might be, I don't know. Look, I think there's a lot more twists yet to come to this season. I know we've only got 5 games left, but I'm really excited. This is one of the best seasons in terms of jeopardy that I've seen in a while. And fair play to the teams that have come up, because I think they've helped that. And fair play to Arsenal for bottling it, because they've helped that. Anyway, I'm going to keep giving you daily videos on this channel, so please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. Yeah, we're going to be covering all sports. I've also got a World Cup kind of theme series coming up. I will be doing tier lists as well in different sports. So I actually did a playoff bracket for the NBA. If anyone wants to check that out, go check that out. It's one of my last videos. But yeah, anything you want me to cover, please let me know down below. And I hope you enjoy the videos. Peace.